History is what defines someone. There's nothing that can be built without a base, without something holding it up, and our past is just like that. We're born from it, emerge from everything that happened with us, and our past is a big part of who we are. We can't deny that, we can't live without it. But to what extent does it shape us, make us different than anyone else? A lot of shows show us that our past is something that shouldn't affect our future, shouldn't make us who we are, that our future is different than our history. But that's not the case. Our past is us. No matter what happened in it, it was us, so we shouldn't change it. A lot of things in Dragon Ball shaped the future of it. A lot of events, especially on Planet Vegeta, shaped the future of not just some characters, but every character that we know of, even the Earthlings, the Saiyans, Broly, the Gods of Destruction, everything. That past shouldn't be changed and should be taken as something to be proud of, no matter what happened in it. But every legend and every story has some parts of it unknown, forgotten in the midst of the chaos. Lost souls who contributed to the change would never know of them. Those souls have their own stories, their own reasoning, their own journey to explore. So who are they? This is one of those stories. Goku and Vegeta aren't the only Saiyans who have their own journeys and reason. Our story is one of those Saiyans, strong enough to challenge both of them. The history of Rigor, Vegeta's brother. And this is a fan-made manga. Take it as that. Take it as a history that was never explored. How do you become evil? Are you born that way? Or do you become that way? It all begins on Planet Vegeta, where the Saiyans resided there. Our story for this time doesn't start with war and destruction. It starts with something unusual. We see two Saiyans talking, and those two Saiyans are Guinea, the mother of Goku, and this Saiyan, Pepra. And this girl with Guinea had a baby, that's why they don't meet that often. They're talking, they're having a normal conversation. She's asking about Bardock and how was life there. Guinea even invites her to her home since she was in a squad with Bardock, and she agrees on one condition, that Guinea cooks. She's only a woman of fighting. They have a moment and laugh. They are truly friends. Pepra asks Guinea about her son Raditz. She says that he's gotten bigger, but he's still got some time before he gets out of the nursing capsule. They said he has some potential, and this is even before Goku was born, this story. His fighting power is 50. It's a bit high, but nothing as the Prince Vegeta, who has a fighting level of 538. But this shocks Pepra. Guinea asks her what is the fighting power of her son. She says it's pretty high. It was 510. He's on par with Prince Vegeta. And Guinea is shocked. Saiyan children don't usually break the 500 mark. And her son and Prince Vegeta to be born at the same time. They have this fighting power. It's something unusual. Does the father know? She says. He knows already, Guinea. Believe me, he knows. And Rigor is the son of King Vegeta. That's why she says he knows. In the midst of talking, she gets a call of a mission that she has to go to. She tells her Frieza has given her orders to go on a mission. Guinea asks her, what about your son? She says he's still in a nursing capsule. It will only be a few days. Guinea, I need you to promise me something. If anything happens to me, I want you to be the one to look after my boy. Promise me, Guinea. We don't have anyone else. You're the only one I trust to look after him after I'm gone. Guinea looks at her and says, alright, Pepra, I promise. And thus, Pepra leaves. But before that, Guinea asks her about her son. What is his name? She says, I named him after my father, Rigor, the son of King Vegeta. After the coming of age, both Rigor and Prince Vegeta were sent off to far-off worlds. powerful as they were, it wasn't a surprise when they wound up in the same squad. We see that squad where Rigor and 3 other Saiyans are sitting together. After a battle and the destruction of a planet that they're on, they're having fun. One of them tells the other that they should drop him alone on the next planet. He could eat the inhabitants into surrender. But that Saiyan replies with, "Watch your mouth." She shouldn't compare herself to him. She can barely break 3 digits, so her power level is too low. Rigor jumps in to her aid and says that he got her in the squad. They put 1 or 2 low ranks with the elite so they can get experience and they can cover them. And if you have trouble with her, you can take it out with me. A true gentleman, this Rigor. They're angry at Vegeta since he doesn't help them at all. He just fights the strongest person in the village and leaves the rest for them. Rigor is almost as strong as the prince, but that doesn't matter. Vegeta will still outrank him. He doesn't even know their names. That makes Rigor think. He gets up and walks towards Vegeta. He tells him, "With all due respect, I know this is your first mission with us, but shouldn't you at least try to learn the names of your squad mates?" Vegeta says, "Why should I?" Rigor puts his hand on his back and then punches him, knocking him down. He says, "Get up. It's about time you and that shiny arm of yours got dirty like the rest of us." Vegeta shouts at him, saying that he could have him executed, but Rigor gets on his nerves because he's a prince, calling him coward. And thus, their fight is gonna start between Rigor and Vegeta. 5 days passed since that accident. Rigor has been humiliated by the prince, has beaten him even though they're almost at the same power. He outskills him. He couldn't land any attacks on him. His pride got hurt. He made him feel like a weakling. But the girl with him says, "You're not weak, not to me," to this beating up Rigor. He tells her, "One day, Sipari, I will be the one looking down at him. He will look up to me, I swear it." On planet Vegeta, 2 Saiyans are gone. They are the parents of Sipari, the one with Rigor. So Bardock asks the mother of Rigor to take care of her, to be her guardian, since she's already friends with her son, so it will be easier to take care of her. But his mother is angry. She doesn't even have time for her own son. How will she take care of another child? She storms off and Bardock runs after her. He tells her, "If you don't want to do it for them, do it for me as a favor. She needs you." She agrees, but Bardock owes her a lot. As the ships come in, Sipari doesn't know about her parents. Bardock still owes her beyond big time for this. As Rigor and Sipari walks out with the ship, the prince also walks out. The next day, Prince Vegeta began undertaking solo missions, making his first mission with Rigor's squad his last. Having beaten the young upstart so soundly, Vegeta forgets all about him, still never learning the boy's name. As for the 2 distant friends, both of their lives have changed and now are about to change even further in ways neither of them could have possibly imagined. This is how Rigor's past has been shaped, how him and Sipari became this close. The son of King Vegeta, the brother of Vegeta. This story happens 2 years after the death of Omega Shinra. One night, when Trunks and Pan were going to Android's 18th party, they stumbled upon the Dark Star's Dragon Balls, and thus they summoned the dragon. And one wish that they made was to revive Goku. And the second wish that they all made was to revive Piccolo, since in the Dragon Ball GT timeline he was dead. Then they went back to their normal lives, where Goku went back to his family, and they didn't think that there was a catch with the Dark Star Dragon Balls. But there was, because when the wishes were made, someone was alerted to the existence of Saiyans on Earth, someone that they didn't expect. And that someone was Rigor, where he was living on a planet. Then when he knew about Saiyans on Earth, he set his eyes on it. and went there with his wife. The journey took a month, and thus Rigor, Vegeta's brother, has arrived on Earth. Now we know how Rigor got to Earth, and thus our story now will begin. One day, 3 years after the defeat of Omega Shinra, Vegeta, as usual, is training. He's been this way since Goku was revived. He caught up to him, and he's training to keep up, as Bulma says. But even Prince Vegeta needs to take a break every now and then, but he doesn't want to. He doesn't want anyone to interrupt him. As they head out, they hear a noise as Vegeta looks up to the sky. 2 Saiyan pods come flying above the city. In them is Rigor and his wife, and they crash in the middle of the city. Vegeta sees the space pods. He doesn't know where did they come from. He didn't sense any key coming at all. He doesn't know who are they, but he intends to find out. As Vegeta gets ready, he says, "They crashed down in my city. Don't near hit my home. I'm not gonna wait." But Saiyan pods never been good news. He knows that. 3 years ago, when Goku died, he swore an oath to protect this world in his place. Him being alive now makes no difference. I still have an oath to keep. Good luck. You better not die. Got that? He smiles, but we see on his face that he's nervous. It's not like him to feel this way, and I'm sure that he feels this way because 2 Saiyan pods came and he didn't feel their key, so he knows that something is up, something that might be threat to Earth. As he gives the thumbs up, he flies up and leaves, and on the far side of the West City, we see the 2 pods. As the Saiyans get out from them, we see for the first time Rigor and his wife. So this is Earth, and the power levels on this planet are pathetic. Rigor feels something, an incoming power from that direction, vast, strong, familiar. It's him, Vegeta. A cop interrupts him and tells them, "Hold it right there. Let me see your hands." As he puts his hand up, he fires a giant key blast that destroys a part of the city. He didn't even hold back a bit. So this is Rigor. He's not a pure-hearted Saiyan. He's not someone that considers the lives of innocent people. He's just evil. No matter what his reasons are, the people of this planet are innocent. Vegeta feels the key that was released. He can feel it. It is as large as his and Goku's. Even the Z fighters feel it. Another power appeared. It feels just like Vegeta. And on Kami's, Goten and Piccolo interrupt the training of Goku, Gohan, and Doop in the lower chambers of the palace, alerting them to the sudden appearance of the 2 mysterious visitors on planet Earth. They're gonna get Goku involved. Vegeta finally finds where the blast has originated, but he can't feel the key of Rigor and his wife. As he is in the air, he can't find their key when Rigor calls for him. "So good to see you again, Vegeta. It's been far too long. You've grown, but I'd recognize you anywhere. You look just like King Vegeta." Vegeta can't believe that they are Saiyans. They have tails, and one of them looks exactly like him. And there's no mistaking it now, and there's no doubt. This one is Vegeta. The resemblance is uncanny. I could never ever forget his face. Vegeta, on the other hand, doesn't know what game he's playing. He's never seen him before in his life. Rigor replies with, "So you think, but we've known each other for a very long time, Vegeta." In Kami's palace, Piccolo tells Goku to teleport to Namek and bring the Dragon Balls. But Goku can't do that, since he can't sense any key from them, and also he, Gohan, and Doop did a number on each other. He's going to Karin's to get a Senzu Bean. He doesn't doubt that Vegeta can handle himself, but that big key makes him uneasy. So the 3 of them will rest for now. Piccolo and Goten will go and back up Vegeta till they arrive. As Goku, Gohan, and Doop go to Karin's to rest, Piccolo and Goten head towards Vegeta to back him up. And on the battlefield, Vegeta asks the question that he's been wondering. "Just who are you? Tell me everything." "Very well, Vegeta. If it is the truth you desire, then the truth you shall have. I am indeed a Saiyan like you. I was born on planet Vegeta, and just like you, I am the son of King Vegeta." "That's right. Look into my eyes and know that I speak the truth. I am your brother." Vegeta is in denial, and I can't blame him. It's just as Rigor thought. he kept it a secret. You are my brother. We share the same father. It's our mothers that are different. And then he explains his origin and what happened to him. Their father wasn't faithful, even though he had a wife, the queen of the Saiyans. But he also had Rigor's mother, which was the king's mistress, a member of his elite guard. In an interesting twist of fate, both him and Vegeta were born on the same day, within an hour of each other. Like Vegeta, he was no average talent, but after a couple of years, he developed far more rapidly than any normal Saiyan. His mother believed that he could be the legendary warrior. She told King Vegeta that, who demanded she keep it quiet, and she threatened to expose the king. The king was enraged. The scandal would have demolished his reputation, and being under the thumb of the Planet Trade Organization, tale of the legendary Saiyan would have attracted the attention of the one called Frieza. So the king tried to remedy the issue by eliminating them. His own father has sent assassins to kill them all. He fought against them and killed one of them, as his mother fought against the rest and beaten them all. She was severely wounded. She showed up and hurried them to their emergency pods. Instead of saving herself, his mother put Xeuphoria, which is his wife, into her pod. Instead, she scrambled the coordinates and launched them into space, just as more assassins broke into their house, and she died saving them. They wandered through space for weeks until they landed on planet Yelna, a planet that no one could find them at because it had a peace treaty with the Planet Trade Organization. The king of Yelna jumped into the opportunity to add 2 more Saiyans into his personal guard. Training in the military and getting new techniques, Rigor's power began to surge like never before. The king, in order to stay under the planet's trade radar, developed a special power masking armor to hide his ever-growing ki. It was a grand success, as not even the most sensitive equipment and warriors could know of his presence. But over time, the king grew to see him as a threat. He and the rest of the planet turned against him, a mistake which they paid the ultimate price for. After they left planet Yelda, they discovered that planet Vegeta has been destroyed. About a year after they escaped from it, with no place to go, they wandered through space. Before landing on planet Pipit, the people there took them with open arms, no questions asked. And for the first time since he lived with his mother, he felt like he had a home. Even started to like the quiet life he had found. And then, just before a month ago, he came into possession of some intriguing information. I learned that you, Vegeta, had survived the destruction of our home planet and your whereabouts since. And now, they are here. Then Vegeta asked him one more thing. So why are you here? An honest question with a simple answer. Truth is, brother of mine, as he smiles, I came here to kill you. We end the story of Rigor for now. This was Dragon Ball New Age. A lost Saiyan whose origin was still unknown. A broken one that has suffered and sought revenge. And finally, he arrived to his dream, thus meeting his brother. The Saiyan whose power is something mysterious to us, something that we don't know. This was the story of broken ties, the story of 2 brothers who faced each other, 2 brothers who will now fight till the death. This was the story of the time that Vegeta met his brother, Rigor. Thank you for watching, and saying that, I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.